Sunday, September 13th. I'm back in the vicinity of Miner's Draw, or Dinosaur National Park is to the north of me. Highway 40 is to the south of me. Colorado is to the east of me. Home would be to the west. So, you know, yesterday we were at the Denver Gem Mineral Show, Rock Show, and you know, I was concerned I wouldn't be able to get inside, but we did get inside. You know, I had my dog in one leash and a wad of cash in the other hand, and I did like 1 minute of video there, and then that's it. You know, maybe if I hadn't brought a dog, I would have been able to focus a little bit more and actually go around and film the tables and stuff of all the people selling things there. And that's what I really wanted to do, but it didn't work out that way. Maybe next year. When I go to Tucson in February, February is Quartzsite and Tucson. I'm not taking Gypsy with me, and I'll be able to socialize more with other people and you know, do things that you just can't do when you have a dog with you. You know, not every place lets dogs go there, and it's just whole nother concern. Arizona quite sucks for dogs. It's such a pokey place. You know, they got thorns. Everything has thorns, and there's just so many coyotes running around down there. It's just, Arizona is not my favorite place for dogs. I much prefer Utah. You know, yeah, there's pokies around, but it is far less than what you find in Arizona. So anyway, what are we doing? So we drove all night long. You know, we didn't get here till 11 o'clock last night, and quickly just set up camp. You know, we had a burger on the way, and set up camp just to go to sleep. You know, I read my book for a little while once I got into bed, and you know, I set up the camera to do a night lapse, and I think it took a little bit of video, but in my haste, I didn't notice that I didn't connect the stupid GoPro dongle that connects it to external power. You know, I didn't connect that, and so, you know, the video is only 12 seconds. I haven't really seen if it's of any quality or not. It just looked kind of dark. So anyway, it just used up the little battery that it had, and then quit. Again, kind of disappointing. But I'm gonna stay here tonight again. Today, I'm thinking, so we spent the night about half a mile that way, just right next to the dirt road. And I found this little other dirt road that brought me over to here, and it continues on, but boy, look at this nice flat spot right here. This is a great spot. You know, I could bring the truck over here. We could just set up right here, super flat. Looks nice enough to me. It's closer to the road. Get in and out of here. The view is nice. Yeah, I wanted to follow the road to try to get kind of closer to those valleys that we were walking in the other day, and maybe kind of walk the washes from below going up. We're kind of far right here to walk that way, but I suppose I can always unhook the trailer and continue on this little road and go explore some of the other roads, or I can just sit here and camp all day. I want to set up and make some rocks. Some of you may have noticed that big old box in the back of the truck. Well, hidden underneath that box is my cabbing machine, my Cabking. And you know, I brought the generator, and you know, the name of this the name of this YouTube channel is called Camp Lapidary, and in my dream it was all about taking that machine out to places like this and just camping and doing lapidary. So that's what we're going to do today. We're officially kicking it off. Sound like a good plan? So I don't know. I guess this spot is as good as any. It's a really nice spot. All right. So I wanted to show you some little upgrades that I made. One of the issues I had previously dragging this trailer around on dirt roads, rough dirt roads and whatnot, was this generator would start moving all around and not staying in place, you know. So I put those little cleats on the ground or on the floor of the trailer in such a manner that it would hold it in place. And of course I have, once I take that out, I also put in this little trim pieces around that to hold this piece up, hold that piece up, which goes, you know, into the top of this thing right there. So when that's not in there, this stick will hold that shelf up and still be usable space. Little upgrades, one step at a time. And that's what it looks like when the generator is not in there. Usable space. Hi, poopers. All right. So, breakfast is made and consumed. Camp is somewhat set up. Trailer is in sit-down mode. Pulled the generator out of the trailer. So I got this awning, this thing tied up here, My brother gave that to me. I guess he gave it to me for my birthday. So that's my birthday present. I'm gonna untie it, flip it around, and set it up. I've got time lapse going on. Concerning this awning, obviously it's up now, but you know, this is the first time I've ever actually used it that isn't in my driveway, and I've only used it once in my driveway. I set it up just to play with it, see how it would fit on the rack, and you know, it comes with these brackets. And they don't really fit perfect. You know, if I put a little, there's some ways I could make it work better, but this is what I have right now. It's just kind of stuck in there, and I have this rope on there to, if the wind comes and tries to pull it up, it can't take it from this point. So I have a rope on both sides holding it. You know, and it feels pretty sturdy. Now, at home, I set this up, and I had a little C-clamp or something clamped on it right here, and I didn't have any ropes on the outside corners. And, you know, it was just in my driveway. It wasn't very windy or anything like that. And, you know, we were having a barbecue or something, and just a gust of wind came up and lifted the whole thing, removed it from the ladder rack, and tossed it over into my garden. And bent one of the poles. One of these poles is a little bit bent, but it's all right. I don't care about that. So it still works. So when I first tried to take this off, I had in my mind that they were going to sit a little bit different, that these brackets were going to sit here, but that ended up kind of cantering the whole thing, and instead of having a horizontal poles up here, they would have been sticking kind of up in the air. And later on, that's not going to work because the sun is going to invade that space pretty good. So I fumbled with it for a good 15 minutes trying to get it, well, just try and decide what I could possibly do. Like, I could mount this permanently, you know, with a little bit of effort, and I may just do that just to make life a little bit easier. It doesn't weigh that much, so driving around with it is not a big deal. All right, I just wanted to talk about this thing. It's pretty cool. I mean, I like it. I think it can be very useful. I see a lot of pro campers using these awnings, and you know, shade is always good. Always good. All right, so I'm going to set up the grinder, get the generator set up, probably just stick the generator over here somewhere. You know, I have a power cord that's about 25 feet, so wherever 25 feet comes to, somewhere over there is where I'll stick the generator. If I can get it in that shade, that'd probably be a good spot. But so I got time lapse going, and I'm I mean, it's, you know, everything just takes time. Like I said, I've never had my grinder. Well, actually I did. I took the grinder with me to Quartzsite in January of this year. And, but not like this. I didn't have it in the back of the truck. I just packed this trailer full of stuff. I mean, I had 3 times as much stuff as I needed. And because I didn't know, you know, how it was going to work. And I was in a tent. Anyway, so it's going to take me a little bit of time to get things set up. I mean, I did use it in the back of my truck the day before I left. So I know it does work. But I hope you like my solution for to go camping and be able to do lapidary. So time lapse coming. So there you go. I haven't set up the generator yet, but just unboxing it, sliding it forward, plugging it in, adjusting the water. You know, this is my drip system right there. Water just comes right down and it drips onto the wheels. So that's my water feed. And the water, exhaust water or waste water, comes out there, whatever little tiny amount that there will be. Usually it just evaporates. And then I've got this box here, which would make an excellent table. You can sit on it. I don't know. I made that box to cover up the grinder so that it wouldn't look like a, you know, expensive grinder just sitting there. Just kind of looks like a cardboard box or a plywood box. So I made this, I'm going to call it my co-pilot, my shelf system, organizer system. I've already got some modifications I want to make. I want to make like a little garage like this that the drone fits on. And then I'll have space underneath it, and then the drone can be in its own space. I think that'll be cool. Because otherwise it takes up a lot of space, and I don't like folding it and setting it upside down because it rests on the motor. So I don't think that's good for the motors. All right, so the time lapse is still going. I'm going to go ahead and get the grinder generator set up over here and get that running. And then we'll turn that machine on and prove that it works out here. So I have the generator sitting there. A nice little dust-free spot. My little canvas. I have the grinder hooked up to the 30 amp outlet. And I have this one running over to the trailer to charge up drone batteries. So I thought we'd talk just a second about this generator. Obviously, it's a Westinghouse. It's, what do they call it? Inverter. It's inverter generator. So it has really nice sine wave electricity. Crappy generators that don't do sine wave, they have modified sine wave, are not good for motors. This kind of motor wants a nice, clean sine wave. You know, I'm no engineer, but that's what I hear. You can probably run it off a crappier generator, a less expensive non-inverter generator, but I heard it's better for the motor, and so I'm going to do that. So that's what I did. I bought this unit, and I waited, I don't know, 9 months for a good sale. And I think I got it for, I don't know, it's less than 400 bucks. Normally they're 550 bucks or something like that. So I got it at a real good deal. Home Depot just had it delivered to a local store. So it has a 30 amp outlet which I guess is good for RVs and whatnot, but I don't have an RV. I just want to run. You know, I bought this generator to run my grinder. I bought this for Camp Lapidary. So it has 130 amp outlet, a couple of 110s or 120s. It has a couple of DC 5 volt USB, 2.1 amp and a 1 amp. You know, they do work. You can plug in a whole bunch of stuff. So this is 4,200 peak watts, 3,500 running watts, holds plenty of gas, like 3.5 gallons or something like that. I used it in January, and I've just run it a couple times since then. It already runs a little bit rough because I didn't drain the gas out of it after January. I just let it sit in there. So that's my fault. It probably needs the carburetor cleaned out, but it's a pretty easy thing to do if you just do a little YouTube searching. What else? So this motor, when I turn that thing on, it runs about 2,400 watts, something like that. 20 amps. You know, it'll pull a solid 20 amps at 120 volts, 115, 110, whatever. So I needed a big generator. You know, those, I wanted to get a little Yamaha or a little Honda or something like that. They're expensive. This one is less than 500 bucks. It is less than 400 bucks, I think. But it has the power, you know, 4,200 peak watts, 3,500 running watts. So when that thing pulls that 20 amps, it doesn't, you know, it's capable of using it or delivering it. And then once it's spun up, once this thing is spun up, it only pulls like half an amp or 1 amp or something like that. I mean, it's like 250 watts or something really low, you know. So this thing has an echo mode on it. So once you have it started and that machine is running over there, you can turn it on the efficiency mode or echo mode, and then it idles down and produces less, it uses less gas, and, you know, is producing less electricity or less amounts of electricity. And anyway, the power's there when you need it, and you can turn it down so that it runs a little bit softer, a little bit quieter, which is fine. Once this machine is running, it doesn't pull that much watts or amps. All right, I'll get it started. One pull, and it started. See how it's stuttering a little bit? No biggie. So it's not on echo mode. Come over here. Heck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Time to make some cats. Oh, that's my bench. Sit on this to do your work. Moves this way, right? Moves that way. Moves this way, and you just rest it on the till, the trailer hitch or whatever. That's my bench. That's where I sit. All right, machine's running. Gasoline is getting consumed, so I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to let the time lapse keep going over there and get some cutting done. Preforms that I have prepared. Some popular materials. Number 8 turquoise. Everybody loves that.
Morgan Hill. Anyway, I don't want to look at all that stuff. I need to just do something. All right. So, you know, I don't want to make a complicated video of how to make a cabochon out here. That's not the purpose. I have other videos and I can do that in the luxury of my own home, where I have a lot. Well, I could set up the camera just about anywhere out here with the equipment that I have, but I'm just gonna let the time lapse go and you know, just turn this off and make a cab. I'll turn you on in a little bit and it'll be fun.